Fans, thanks for clicking today's dreaded D Rose report. Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. Took the weekend off, had a holiday. I hope you guys took Labor Day off and didn't work. Didn't work around here. Alright, AAA Booker Conan. He spoke. I got a lot of news here. Got to catch up to you with a bunch of this. Anyway, he spoke with former WWE creative executive Court Bauer on this week's episode of MLW Radio, and talked about how WWE was attempting to buy Mexico's Triple H, wrong, AAA promotion back in 2007. Bauer talked about WWE's plans for an international expansion. That was in 2007. They went to Mexico with big ambitions a few years ago and wanted to do a lot of business down there in Mexico, and obviously those plans were scaled back. They haven't ran in 2 or so years down there for some reason. I don't know whether it's the economy that got them out of there or what, but I think the attendance figures went way down. Don't know whether our economy is worse than ours or not. Hey, Mark Henry confirmed via Twitter yesterday, well, 2 days ago now. He joked that he couldn't even celebrate his 500,000th Twitter followers because of a bum hamstring. He says, yeah, the word is out. I pulled a hamstring last night, and I got through it all. Just got to Austin too. Said, ring the damn alarm. I just went over 500,000 followers, he said, and can't even jump around because of a bum hammy. WWE's released a new trivia game for kids coming out soon. I think it's probably WWE Trivia is going to be the name of it. Didn't say, but. And then the official preview for the other night's Total Divas is old leg injury threatens to sideline Nikki. Of course, now, you know, these things are taped probably about 3 months difference, I guess. Anyway, Eva Marie, she lands a spread in Maxim magazine. JoJo struggles to find her voice. Arian is nervous when Vinny starts talking about marriage. It's just so soapy type opera. And WWE's Marine 3 with the men sold about 170,000 DVDs since it was released. That's a high number for WWE Studios, the movies anyway, that comes out of that place. And the company officials are thrilled. 12 rounds reloaded did about 51,000. And a new commercial of John Cena is now airing to promote Cena replacing Fred Flintstone on Fruity Pebbles box. And there's some bitching about that too. And WWE is going to be airing a documentary portion of Mick Foley's most recent DVD on-demand pay-per-view in October, it looks like. And filming begins September 23rd, Vancouver, British Columbia, for See No Evil 2. It says starring Kane, but I can't remember whether he was actually starring the other one or not. I forgot. And the movie is currently scheduled for a straight-to-DVD release, so don't even look for it at the movie theater. Kane has been resting up and preparing for the movies. Got to get rested up so he can really scare the crap out of people, you know. R-Truth, he's featured on the promotional poster of WWE's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Home to the grueling WWE's most grueling matches. It says it is a fearsome tower of unforgiving steel, and they've been using that line for years. Jim Ross noted on Twitter that his JR barbecue products will be available in all 3 Lawton, Oklahoma County market grocery stores beginning of this week. They must not have a distributor for that thing lined up or anything. I've never seen it. And it was announced on last night's live event in Boston. Well, let's see, that was Sunday nights, I guess, pay-per-view that Survivor Series is going to be taking place November 24th at the TD Gardens. Previously reported it was not announced in Boston yet. But anyway, pre-sale, if you want to go to it, there's pre-sale password Survivor. Maybe get you closer tickets. Let's see. William Regal, he was in attendance for 2 nights of Pro Wrestling Guerrillas Battle from Los Angeles event the other night. And we're going around the locker room. The Regal was there to scout out some talent for WWE to sign in the future. Regal also recorded a podcast with Steve Austin Sin Cara's name not been mentioned while Alberto Del Rio was in Mexico this week, this past week, for WWE Tour coming up in October. Del Rio noted that Big Show, Punk, Mysterio, Wyatt family, others are going to be on the tour, but pointed out Sin Cara wasn't mentioned. Don't know whether he's because of his finger or he's a crybaby, I don't know which. Kane's going to be a special guest speaker for the Campaign for Liberty at their 2013 Liberty Political Action Conference in late September. Oh, we're looking forward to that, huh? Former independent wrestler Sean Ricker, who appeared on The Rock's Hero reality show, is now using the name Slate Randall in NXT. So if he looks kind of familiar, that's where it's from. Kane's return match against Bray Wyatt will likely take place in Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, possibly inside the cell too. Of course, I think they usually only have the 2 cells, from Raw and SmackDown, so they may have another match for it. Another match for Hell in a Cell is, for the pay-per-view, is Daniel Bryan taking on Orton, and as of this week, Orton versus Daniel Bryan feud is scheduled to run through Night of Champions, Battleground, and Hell in a Cell. So I guess that's the next 3 pay-per-views coming up. Don't know too much about the Battleground thing, but I know on the front of the cover, prominently on there, is Ryback. No word yet if they plan on putting WWE title back on Bryan at one of the pay-per-views. The word is last week, TV tapings, is that Orton is heavily written into the WWE title picture until January at least, or till Triple H gets tired of him, I guess. Due to a fan tweet, apparently on one of the scrollers down at the bottom of the screen that goes by, on Raw the other week, there was a brief discussion backstage about the idea of inducting Dr. Andrew James, Dr. James Andrews, and WWE's most famous doctor, who performed surgery on top stars, into the WWE Hall of Fame at some point, which they should. Helped out old the King, didn't he? And as noted, the pipe bomb on Raw last week that led into the defending the Diva title against the cast of the whole cast of Total Divas, Night of Champions. Speculation is that we may see a title change, but which would be the main event and the final episode of the first season of the Total Divas. I think they did 6 of those, if I remember right, and now they got to start the new season as soon as the 6 are done. I think they're on 5 now, I'm not for sure. Anyway, Walmart is currently selling exclusive bundles with WWE DVD and WWE Rumbler toy. The bundle features a Mattel Rumblers minifigure with one of the WWE titles, the very best of WCW Nitro, Wrestling's Highest Flyers, and 50 Greatest Finishing Moves in WWE history, and the ladder match 2, Crash and Burn. Brock was asked on Twitter about his injuries that he suffered at WrestleMania 29, and if he's 100% yet. He says, 3 hernia surgeries, 100% healed. Then it says, rectus abductor tear, about 75%. It says, thanks, bud. Fun pain. All right. Oh, Ric Flair's blood clots came back into his legs, I guess. Although he's not saying it's as bad as it was before. But reps have told him he's got to cancel dates in the next few weeks because of the flying in a plane is a risk on something like that. So he had to cancel a lot of I don't know what the dates were coming up, but if he's going to be around your area, unless he's going to drive, he won't be there. Des Moines Register has an article up looking at least last night's night of Raw that I guess it's the first time WWE held a show in Des Moines, Iowa since 2010. Triple H tweeted the following on Tuesday morning, or this morning, whichever way you want to look at it, about his decision to fire Cody Rhodes on Raw. Sadly, many do not have the capacity to understand this, which he's talking about us. It's not the individual, it's about the best for everyone. Thank you, Cody. Cody Rhodes' superstar profiles have since been removed over to the Luminize section of their website. Alright, AJ Lee just got a new tattoo commemorating her first Divas title win, which the marks represent 6/16/13, the day she won the Diva title at Payback pay-per-view. Her tattoo is all across the back of her neck, and they're the, 4 lines slash 4 lines slash. Ridiculous. Nothing like getting the tattoo and not letting nobody see it. Word going around Raw last night, Cody Rhodes is taking a few weeks off to get married and go on a honeymoon. Cody is getting married to former diva Brandy Reed, which was Eden Styles. Remember her in a very short time there. He also brought back, he'll probably be brought back in the storyline in a few weeks. Don't know what it'll be, but maybe he'll grow his mustache back and come back and nobody will recognize him. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, there was an incident during Rhodes and Orton's match on last night's Raw where WWE officials sent out security to calm down the situation going on. The crowd, apparently fans were dressed like Randy Savage, Ric Flair, and either Hulk Hogan or Jake Roberts. They couldn't figure it out. And that's embarrassing, isn't it? Anyway, fans were getting more attention than the match was, and WWE officials were furious. And WWE officials also being forced to reprogram the tag team title match for Night of Champions due to Mark Henry's injury. So Big Show is kind of scheduled for right now, I guess, to face Reigns and Rollins for the title. Darren Young and Titus O'Neil getting wins on TV. Looks like they'll probably get a shot at Night of Champions too. Nikki Bella tweeted about her sister Brie getting a title shot on Night of Champions in the 4 ways. She, of course, loves it. Chris Jericho working on a new book he wrote last night. He didn't write the book last night, but he's writing 8 pages a day for the new book, and it's coming along great. He says seriously funny stuff, and things in this book already. He says you're going to love it. September 13th, match at Resorts Casino in Mississippi, it looks like. With Jerry Lawler taking on Austin Idol is going to be Idol's first match in several years, but it's been changed now. Now Lawler's going to be facing Jeff Jarrett with Karen Jarrett at ringside. Sheamus, he returned to his native Ireland while he rehabs his injuries, waiting on a return to the ring. Got a picture of him on the internet standing outside his house, like a big monster doorway. After Monday's Raw went off the air in Des Moines, Daniel Bryan was helped to the back by doctors and referees. Dark main event saw Curtis Axel and Paul Heyman face CM Punk in a 2-on-1 no DQ match. Match ended when Axel hit the low blow on Punk as Heyman crawled away from Punk. Punk recovered and hit the GTS on Axel for the pin in the win. After the match, Punk chased Heyman away before coming back to the ring and beat Axel with a kendo stick and a chair. So he just kind of wasn't done yet. And, of course, Edge, next week on Raw, he talked about that. Of course, he's on there going to be plugging his Haven show. Not his show, but him being on Haven on the Sci-Fi Channel. I think it's their premiere. Fandango suffered a legitimate broken nose during his match with The Miz on last night's Raw. All right. It was announced on Raw that AJ will defend her Diva title in a fatal 4-way at Night of Champions pay-per-view. The rest of the card, WWE title, Daniel Bryan taking on Randy Orton. World Heavyweight Championship match, Rob Van Dam taking on Del Rio. And, of course, the Divas taking on Natalya and Naomi and Brie and AJ fighting together. Handicap match going to be CM Punk taking on Heyman and Curtis Axel. Thanks for putting up with this for a few minutes. I gotta go.